Hello, welcome to Mr. Johnson Math and Science class. In this class, our mission is to rejuvenate the passion for academic excellence. And in today's class, we'll be doing basic math. This is affiliated to or with arithmetic, and we're going to be treating combining signs. So this is our email address, and here is a digit you can use to reach out to us on WhatsApp or just a call. So let's go right into the class. Okay, we're going to be talking about positive and negative numbers, and that's going to be what our class is going to be centered on. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, now we can have series of numbers such as 2 minus 3, 5 minus 6, and 7. Now these numbers minus 3 and minus 6 are negative numbers, while these other numbers are all positive. I don't need to write the plus in front of them for you to know that they are positive. In essence, what I'm trying to say is that the sign of a number is the sign before it. Okay, assuming we'll have 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 3 and 2 minus 3. Okay, these are all different things. For instance, in this first situation, both numbers had positive. This is positive signs in front of them. Like I told you, whenever you see a number without a sign in front of it, the sign is positive. Positive signs do not show, or you can't see them at the front of an equation or an expression, but negative sign, no matter where they are, they always pop up. Okay, for instance, right here we are having negative 2 and then positive 3. Here we have positive 2 and negative 3. So I'm just trying to do this for you to understand the basic between basic difference between a positive and negative number. And I want you to know that oftentimes your positive numbers, the sign does not show, while for negative numbers the sign will always show. Is that clear? So our interest in this is not actually to give you the final answer. The final answer here is what? This one is 5, this one is 1, and this one is minus 1. Okay, let's just check our calculator to confirm something. So let's use our calculator and confirm some things before we continue. So you already know 2 plus 3 is what? 5. I know you know that one. Then you might find this one challenging. Minus 2 plus 3, which is 1, right? Don't bother about that. At the end of this class, you're gonna definitely understand this. So we'll have 2 minus 3. Yes, negative 1. So don't just bother. Take it easy. You're gonna definitely understand that. Okay, so assuming we'll have numbers, okay, let's say our naira, let's say we'll have 10 naira or $10. Now these numbers, or these let me say these units, cannot be negative. They are all positive, so I don't need to write a plus in front of it for you to know that they are positive numbers. But if I say minus $5, what comes into your mind? It means I'm going to remove, right? So no matter how I want to do it, I am meant to indicate negative for negative numbers, while for positive numbers I don't necessarily need to write that. Does that make sense to you? And I want you to also know this in real life, whether distance is like 4 kilometer, I getting me, or 7 centimeter, they cannot be written in negative. They are all positive. So oftentimes most of the things you see in the real world are positive numbers, positive values, or positive digits. So I hope you've been able to understand that. So okay, finally let's have minus 2 plus 3 minus 5 and plus 6. What is the sign of 2? Negative. Sign of 3? Positive. Sign of 5? Negative. Sign of 6? Positive. So the sign of a number is the sign in front of it, not the sign after it. Is that clear? Okay, so let's go over to positive and negative numbers. So I have a number line that is going to help us. Wow, so we have a number line right here, and the number line ranges from negative infinity to positive infinity, and I want you to pay attention to this. Now this arrow means that it keep extending, so we can have negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, and over here we can have positive 6, positive 8, positive 10, and up till positive infinity. 0 is a neutral number. So you can see the negative numbers, right? You see they all have the negative signs, right? While the positive numbers, do they have signs? No, they don't necessarily need to have the plus for me to know that they are positive. They are just positive numbers. So when you see a number that has no sign, just know that that number is a positive number. Does that make sense to you? Okay, let's continue. So right here, let's continue with the rules. Okay, so we're gonna be dealing on 3 rules. I want you to master them, and you can only do that by giving me your maximum attention, and then you just discover that this is very much simple. So let's continue. Okay, let's read the rule, and then I explain it, then we'll solve the example and task. When numbers with same sign combine, then sum them and retain their sign, right? Okay, so let's have numbers like 2 plus 3 minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, let's say 2 plus 1. Now these numbers have same sign, right? How do we know? Okay, let me also have minus 2 plus 1. Now right here we have same sign. Hope you know positive is here, right? So positive number and positive number, negative number and negative number, so they are negatives, right? While here we have positive number and positive number, but here we are having a negative number and a positive number. So right here we had same sign, same sign. I'm not trying to talk about positive and negative number as different things now. No, I'm talking about numbers with same sign. So this is positive positive, negative negative, positive positive, but here the rule failed, right? So we had a negative and positive number. So right here this rule is not applicable, can't actually use it. But let's go ahead and solve it. So we know that when 2 positive numbers combine, we have to do was sum them and keep the sign. So the answer here is 5. I don't need to write plus 5. So this one is what? Negative 3 is necessary. You have to add the negative sign. So when when numbers with same sign combine, what do you do? Sum them. So 2 plus 1 is 3, and then keep the sign. So it's just what? 3. Okay, I know this might be confusing, but the answer to this one is minus 1. I think I am going to definitely explain this in the subsequent slide. Okay, let's continue. So we'll have right here we'll have positive 2 and positive 2, right? So 2 plus 2 is what? 4. So I don't need to write plus, it's still 4. While here is 4, but not just 4, negative 4. I need to write that minus sign. So this is minus 4. While here we'll have minus 5. Okay, I think we can use a calculator to help us. So let's have minus 2 minus 2. What are we having? Sorry, I made a mistake. Minus 2 minus 2. What are we having? Minus 4. Makes sense, right? Okay, let's have minus 4 and minus 1, just like we are having here. What is it giving us? Minus 5. Okay, I just added positive, but that's the same thing. Okay, let's continue. So from here, let's do examples. 3 plus 4, because they are same signs, just add them up. 7. Minus 2 minus 3, same sign, add them up but keep the sign. So minus 5. So don't make the mistake of writing this as 5. No, that's going to be wrong. Okay, let's continue to the next one. Okay, this rule is the simplest rule. It says when same number is adding and subtracting itself, the result is 0. Okay, let's have something like 3 minus 3 plus 3. Hope you know minus 3 plus 3 is exactly same thing as 3 minus 3. Okay, just pay attention to this. This is positive, right? What do we have here? Positive. This is negative, right? What do we have here? Negative. So I just exchange the place of the numbers or the sign of the numbers. I get me? They are just same thing. And then, okay, I think I want to give an example. Let's have minus 4 plus, for instance, 5. This thing is same thing as 5 minus 4. Exactly same thing. Exactly same thing, because I have positive 5 here, right? What do I have here? Positive 5, negative 4, negative 4. So the answer to this question is just 1, and right here is 1. And here the answer to this question is what? 0, and here we're also having 0. So assuming I have negative 2, positive 2, I can write as what? 2 and negative 2. So 2 minus 2 is what? 0, and the answer to this one is what? 0. Now this is just what our rule is explaining. It says when same number is adding and subtracting itself, the result is 0. Does that make sense to you? Okay, let's do this last one and then we'll continue. Minus 1 plus 1, which is same thing as what? 1 minus 1. It's simpler like this, right? So it's same thing. Just use the rule and know what to do. So this is what? 0. Let's check it out. Okay, let's use for instance minus 5 plus 5. They are same number with what? Different signs. That is adding and subtracting themselves at once, or subtracting and adding itself at once. So we have 0. That's just it. Okay, so right here, negative 8 positive 8, 0, negative 10 positive 10, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So when same number is subtracting and adding itself, or adding and subtracting itself at the same time, the result is 0. I hope this rule was just very much simple. Okay, let's continue. The next one says when numbers with different signs combine, apply the necessary arithmetic, but if this is not possible, write the numbers to have a better view. Okay, for instance, let's have minus 3 plus 4. This looks so confusing, but just write it, and then you're going to be having 4 minus 3. And where's the answer? 1. Where's the answer? 1. Very much simple. Sometimes I think you just have to do the writing in your mind, just like mental math, and that's it. You don't necessarily need to write it down. Okay, so let's have minus 2 plus 3, which is for something as 3 minus 2. And that is what? 1, 1. We can have challenging ones as minus 5 plus 3. So write it as what? 3 minus 5. Now, you know 3 can never minus 5, right? So that's not possible. That's a negative. So we know it's a minus. And then 5 minus 3 is what? 2. So minus 2. Okay, let's check that one and confirm. So minus 5 plus 3, negative 2. Hope that's making sense. Okay, let's do 2 more examples and then we'll go to the exam, and then we'll solve these tax or examples we'll have here. So let's see, minus 3 plus 1, and then we'll have minus 4 plus 6. Okay, that's a question in our example. Look at it. So I think I want to go with another question. Let's not use it. So let's say minus 3 plus 5. Have I used it? Okay, not yet. It's very much similar to this, but not really same thing. Okay, so let's come here. Minus 3 plus 1 is same thing as what? 1 minus 3, and that's giving us minus 2, because 1 cannot minus 3, so it's a negative, and then 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so we're going to do this one now in the example, so let's just leave this for now. And then this one, write it as what? 5 minus 3, and then what are you going to be having? You're going to be having 2. Hope that makes sense to you. Very much simple. So 5 minus 3 is just 2. Okay, let's come here and continue. Now the rule says when numbers with different signs combine, apply necessary arithmetic, but if this is not possible, rewrite. So now this is possible. Let's just apply arithmetic. 3 minus 2 is 1. We don't need to rewrite it. Now 5 minus 6 might be challenging, but let's write it as what? 6 minus 5, still 1. And then this one is still challenging. Let's write as 2 minus 8. So 2 minus 8 is not possible, so negative 8 minus 2 is what? 6. Now right here, minus 4 plus 6 might be confusing, but let's just say 6 minus 4 makes sense. That's going to be giving us what? 2. So the answer to this one is what? 2. I think if I want to solve this, I don't need to write it because I'm used to the rules, so just kind of master it over time. You don't necessarily need to write them. You're just going to know the right answer. But for now, let's keep writing. Now minus 9 plus 11, which is same thing as 9 minus 11, is still have 2, right? 9, 10, 11. Okay, now minus 8 plus 5, that might be confusing, so let's just say 5 minus 8, and that is going to give us minus, because 5 can never subtract 8, and then 8 minus 5 is what? 3. I hope this made a whole lot of sense to you and you're able to comprehend, like, right? Okay, let's go to the next one, general tax. So we are going to combine all the rule we've learned, and then we are going to solve. So this is from rule 1, right? So when same signs, numbers of same sign combine, what do? We sum them and keep the sign. So this is what? Minus 6. This is from rule 1. Minus minus, right? So minus 5 minus 1, we have to sum them. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then return the sign. 3 minus 4 looks confusing, right? Okay, it's very much simple. You can just apply arithmetic. So this is from rule 3. 3 minus 4 is not possible, so minus 4 minus 3 is what? 1. Okay, 2 plus 6, very much simple. That's just 8. Minus 11 plus 11, this is from rule 2. Very much simple. That is 0. Or you can just say 11 minus 11, 0. So this is just like let me say a sub or a part of the root 3. Now same signs again. What do we have to do? We have to sum them 8 and then keep the sign minus. Okay, so this one is very much simple, but look at what I want us to do. Right here we have two negatives, right? Two negative number, so that is going to give us minus 5. Minus 5 and what? Plus 9, because minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5, right? So 4 plus 5 is 9. But that's not the final answer. Let's finish it up. You know, this question now has two laws or two rules. So minus 5 plus 9 is same thing as what? 9 minus 5, and that is giving us 4. So sometimes you see questions that have more than one rule, so just use the right approach. What I did was that I had to combine these two and then combine these two. So when I did that, this one was giving me what? Negative 5. So let me highlight that, negative 5, and these two gave me positive 9, right? So finally I got 4, that is positive 4. And please, oftentimes students are always careless, or people are careless about adding the sign. So the sign of a number can make you lose a mark, so always be careful about your sign. Okay, right here I have minus 5 plus 6 minus 3 and plus 2. What I want to do is that I want to combine the negative numbers first, or arrange them. So I have negative 5, negative 3, and then positive 6, positive 2. I hope this is okay. Let's continue. So negatives going together, root 1, so we're going to have negative 8, right? So negative 8, not just 8, and then plus 8, right? 6 plus 2 is 8. So you see, this is now root 3. So we had root 1 here, so root 1, and then we went straight to what? Okay, we went straight to root 2, not just root 3. So sorry for that. This is meant to be 8, not 6. Okay, so we have 8. So negative 8, positive 8. When same number is adding and subtracting itself, what is the result? 0. So always be careful when you have multiple numbers combining, and that's it. So we have a try on your own section. I want you to try this question on your own. Please, I'm pleading with you to give me or yourself a perfect score. Just take your time, meticulously walk through this, especially between this 6 and 10. So walk through it carefully, and then after that you're just gonna see the video, sorry, the answer in the next slide. So what you have to do is pause this video and then you go to the next slide, and then you have the answers. Okay, so let's go to the answers, right? Okay, so these are their answers. So what you have to do is just take the video back, and then you're going to see the questions, solve through them, and then you come back for the answers, and endeavor to do this on your own. Okay, thank you so much for being a part of this class. Wow, I really do appreciate. This is Mr. Johnson Maths and Science class. We got you covered for your math and sciences, your exam prep and all that. So if you wish to learn math, you wish to prepare for an exam, we got you covered. SAT, WAEC, NICO and all that. Wow, this video is dedicated to Mrs. Chinwe, one of our mentors who has been supporting academic excellence. You know, that's what we are bent to do. That's what we are meant to do. That's what we are in for. We are fully in for academic excellence. Thank you so much for your support, and join us next time.